course, Herman was Walter's uncle. That was, and that she asked him and his wife one day, said, "Was it ever called anything else?" And Bueller said, "Yeah, it was called Smithfield. I mean, before Smithfield, we called it Hillside Pottery because it is. That's a hillside.
Okay.
And when you go where the Blunger was, where the clay was mixed up there, and you come, it goes right down that hill. And I've got.
Well, that's a good idea.
Well, it was interesting. Now I've lost my photographs from there. I'm going to have to go back and do some photographs, but the Blunger's still there, and I've got shards and everything from some of the things that we picked up while we were there. There was some question at one point in time, is there anything left? Well, the big kiln's gone. The kilns are gone. But to find just a little something to me, it's just like this site here.
Where?
This is from this stirrup. This site is really interesting. It's over near Granville. And, some of the Cravens went to Georgia, and there's still Cravens down there. But they seem to have gotten into the alkaline glazes down there. And this site is an alkaline glaze site. And when I took Dr. Georgiana Greer there, she said, yes, this is, and it was an upright kiln, it wasn't a groundhog. And you had stackers and things like in there. And I want to go back, if I can, one more time, because there were some jug stackers. I would love to have a piece of that furniture.
Yeah.
I've got some of the furniture, but I think I gave all those stackers to Ms. Oman. The site, I do have a shard in there dated 1827, and it's a Craven site, Craven coffin site down there. But it's very interesting. There is some salt glaze, there's some slip glaze, and there's a lot of alkaline glaze with big pots. So,
now the alkaline glaze comes from wood ash, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And you see it there, Greenville, Greenwood, South Carolina, and then in Georgia. But
was there a lack of salt? Is that why
Well, and that's one of the reasons. Once you get, so far in, Deep River, until around the Civil War, was deep enough to bring the boats, rafts, that kind of thing, up from Wilmington all the way to just south of Seagrove. So if you look at the early salt glaze, you're going to see a much more richness there that you don't see in the later. Now I'll get back to the alkaline, but that sea salt just makes a more pronounced glaze. There's in there though. You're not going to get that sea salt in further. So it just became, I think some through Charleston, through a priest who had been in the Orient, and that's where this is where it is. Into that Dragon Kiln in South Carolina, it's just very Chinese. You got that tradition that comes in there, and it goes, Western North Carolina, Georgia, all those places
down the Appalachia.
Yeah, that all the way into the this great where Dave is working.
Edgefield.
And what I say, Greenwood, Greenville.
Although you would think Dave is alkaline.
Yes.
You would think Dave would be salt because he was close to the coast. I mean, he's relatively close to the coast.
Greenville, almost
Edgefield?
Georgia. Yes.
Edgefield. Oh, you know what? I saw his work near Charleston. I guess that's why I'm thinking burnt.
No, it's all the way. You don't have too far to go to get to Georgia, and that's what these potters that were there, and with that climbing kiln, it's just that dragon. That's amazing. keep going back to look at the archaeological work there and think about it. Wow, amazing. But yeah, that's we had the salt goes about to here, and then when you go west, you got to do something. So we'll use the
Alkaline.
ashes.
There we go.